Hi guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to be doing a French inspired makeup look using some of my favourite French products. Not all of them are French. I will be using a couple of different brands today, but this is definitely a very natural look with a real nice pop of colour at the end. I used to live out in France. I lived out there for 11 years, so a lot of this is based on things that I observed growing up there, and yeah, a little bit of first-hand knowledge for you all. So if you want to see how I create this French chic look, then just keep watching. I'm going to start by cleansing my skin, and you all know the drill. The last two videos have been the same. I'm going to start by using the Clinique clarifying lotion, and I'm going to take that on a cotton wool pad and cleanse my face. After that, I'm going to apply some of my serum, and I'm using the Ordinary Hyaluronic Acid Serum, and I'm going to apply that all over my face. Now, both of those products that I've just used aren't particularly French by any means, but that's just my regular skin prep. Now I'm going to go in now with a product that I use regularly but is in fact French, and that's the Lait Crème Concentré from Embryolisse. This is a French pharmaceutical brand. So in French pharmacies you can have what's called like a parapharmacie, which is where they don't dispense medicine or prescriptions, but they just do sort of general self-care items, including skincare and a bit of makeup. So that is where you get this from, and I love this product. I've talked about it before. It contains, I'm thinking of the French word, yeah, it contains shea butter, it contains beeswax, it contains hyaluronic acid and collagen. So it's got a lot of very skin-friendly ingredients in there. And personally, I just think it gives my skin a gorgeous radiance, and it's the perfect base to apply makeup. I'm now going to use a primer, and I'm going to use the Laura Mercier foundation primer. This is the Radiance primer. Laura Mercier is a French makeup artist. What I love about this primer is it really does work to sort of it does fill your pores a little bit, but it definitely provides more radiance than anything else. And yeah, it's just the perfect thing to apply between your face cream and your foundation. So you want to apply that really in the center of your face and then sweep it out. And it's just going to give your skin a lovely glow. Today I'm going to be using a French brand for my foundation as well, and this is in fact my favourite foundation you can buy on the high street. It's very, very reasonably priced, and that is the Bourjois Healthy Mix Serum Foundation. This is a fabulous foundation if you want medium to light coverage. It's perfect if you want radiance in your skin, and today I'm going to be using shade 52 Vanilla. And I'm using a sculpting brush just to apply that. I once heard, I don't know where I heard this, and I need to look it up and see whether or not it's true, but someone once told me that Bourjois is the drugstore high street version of Chanel, and that the products are actually very, very similar, and some of them are even made in the same labs, the same factories. Don't quote me on that because I never did look it up to see if it was true, but it actually wouldn't surprise me because when you look at their range of blushes, I think the ones by Chanel are called Little Pot of Blush, they actually look so similar to the Bourjois version of the same thing. I know growing up in France at school, one of the most popular products when I was probably about 13, 14 was the Bourjois Mint Lip Gloss. I don't know if any of you ever had that. It was amazing. It was just clear lip gloss, and it was in like a mint green tube, and it smelt and tasted of mint, and it had like lip plumping technology in it. And we used to, oh my word, I just remember how popular it was. Everybody had some of this lip gloss, and they don't make it anymore. And oh, I was gutted when I found out, because I was like, that is just high school for me, was this mint lip gloss. Here we go. Now that I'm finished applying my foundation, I'm going to be using a concealer. Sadly, I don't have a concealer by a French company, but I am going to be using the Charlotte Tilbury Retoucher in the shade One Fair. I feel like with French inspired makeup and the way that French women tend to apply makeup, it's very light, very natural, very breezy, fresh, and so less is definitely more. And that's why I thought this concealer would be good, because it's not very thick, it doesn't cover absolutely everything. It's definitely a radiant concealer just to brighten up the under eye. So it's more of going to give you more of a natural finish. So I'm just going to squeeze this, not squeeze it, turn the little handle at the bottom up just a couple of times. You don't need a lot, and I'm just applying that in the under eye area. I also like to apply it just here because I tend to get some redness, and anywhere else where I want a little bit of extra coverage. I'm then going to blend it out with my Real Technique setting brush. Now I'm going to use a very French product, and that is Chanel. You couldn't do a makeup video without using something from Chanel, right? So I'm going to be using their famous Soleil Tan de Chanel. So this is just, they call it a bronzing makeup base. I think you really can use this product however you want. I tend to use it a little bit like contour and a little bit like bronzer. But before we go any further, in France, they're not big on contour. It's just not really a part of the makeup routine there. So when I'm going to use this product, as you can see, it's well loved, I'm going to be quite sparing with it. I'm going to take my F40 Sigma large angled contour brush, and I'm going to take some of that cream bronzer, not too much, and I'm just applying it, starting sort of in the hollows of the cheeks, but then really sort of sweeping that up onto the cheeks. We just really want to inject some colour back in our skin, but we're not looking to create any harsh lines or harsh contour. You want to keep it nice and fresh. Just going to apply some over my nose and my chin. Now that definitely needs some blending, so I'm going to use my foundation brush, and I'm just sort of running that over the edges of that makeup. So that's pretty much our base done. I am just going to take some setting powder for under my eyes, and I'm going to be using the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. And on a Real Technique setting brush, I have two, and I'm just dipping that lightly into the powder, tapping off the excess, and I'm just patting that under the eye because I really don't want my concealer under my eyes to move. So this will just stop it from creasing. Now I'm just going to brush my brows up. And I am actually going to run a bit of colour through my brows. And to do that, I'm going to use my Naked Basics 2 palette. And I'm going to use the lighter colour here. So this shade just here, and that's the shade Cover. And I'm just running that through my brows very lightly. You don't need a lot. Now moving on, I'm going to use another cream product, and this is the Charlotte Tilbury Eyes to Mesmerize Cream Creaseless Shadow, and this is the shade Jean, which is a lovely soft gold shade. And taking that just on my fingers, I'm just going to pat that onto the lid. There we go, that just gives a really nice glowing, understated, natural finish on the eyelid. We're now going to do quite a dramatic finish with the eyes, and I'm going to use a liquid liner just to draw a nice thin cat eye. And to do that, I'm going to use the NYX matte liquid liner. There are two. There's one, I think it's called the vinyl liner, and that leaves like a shiny finish, but I really like a matte finish on my eyeliner, so I'll be using the matte version. So resting my pinky on my face to steady my hand, I start to draw the line. Work in little strokes. There's no need to go in and do the whole thing start to finish. In fact, if you do that, you're more likely to mess it up. Draw the line. There we go. I will say that cat eye is a lot longer than I anticipated. I might just take that down in a minute. I'm just going to take that down a little bit with a cotton pad just on this side. And then I'm just going to take a little bit of concealer just to make sure that there's no patchiness just where I've rubbed that bit of that line out. Ooh. Before we apply mascara, I'm going to be curling my lashes using the Tweezerman Rose Gold eyelash curlers. Then we're going to apply our mascara, and I'm using the Lancôme Monsieur Big Mascara, another fabulous French beauty brand. I'm now just going to apply some mascara on my bottom lashes as well. There we go. We are now done with the eyes. I'm really happy with that, and I think it's definitely very French, sort of the lack of colour on the lid, but then this really nice dramatic cat eye, but sort of keeping everything else really nice and natural. I have yet to finish my base. The next thing that I'm going to use is a nice blush, and I couldn't find a blusher that I thought was quintessentially French, but I wanted to keep it natural, like I've said, so I thought a cream based blush would be the best one to use. So I'm going to use my Honey Bronze blusher, and this is from the Body Shop, and I absolutely love this blusher. It smells so delicious, and it's a gorgeous, nice colour as well. So I apply it straight from the, I don't know what you would call that, straight from the packet. And take your blusher up your cheek, don't just keep it in this area, because when you're naturally flushed, the colour does travel up your face as well. I'm just going to now blend that in with my Spectrum A04 brush. Blends out beautifully as well. For highlight, again, I want to keep this really nice and natural. You don't see a lot of sort of French women walking around with tons of highlighter on. So what I'm going to be using today is the Hollywood Flawless Filter from Charlotte Tilbury. This product, you've seen me use it under my foundation. I'm now going to use it over my foundation. I'm going to show you how to do that. So as you'll have seen, it comes with a handy applicator, and I'm just going to tap that where I want some highlight. You really don't need a lot. And then with your ring finger, you can just tap that in. This product is so fabulous because it works in so many different ways. If you're traveling and you want kind of a 3-in-1 product, highlighter, illuminator, primer, then just throw this in your bag. You won't need anything else. And taking it down the nose. You could even use a little bit of the cream creaseless eyeshadow from Charlotte Tilbury that we used on the eye, if you don't have anything else. And I'm just going to apply a touch of that on my Cupid's bow. Always like a little bit of luminosity there. So to finish off this French chic look, what other lipstick colour could I use except red? My favourite has to be the Charlotte Tilbury Red Carpet Red. I'm just going to show you that. I don't know whether this would focus, I think it has. Yeah, just a gorgeous shade of red. I absolutely love it. So I'm going to take this nice and slowly and I'm going to apply it straight from the bullet and start on my bottom lip. You can look straight away the richness of that colour. And there we have it. This lipstick is definitely one of my favourites that I have. You know I'm mad about Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks already, but this, it's just the perfect red. I don't even know how to describe it. It's absolutely gorgeous. This will wear for hours, I'm telling you. It will last through dinner, aperitif. Yeah, all the rest of it, it will just last you all day. Before we finish, I'm just gonna take my powder again, my Laura Mercier powder, and I'm just gonna powder at either side of my nose, just because I do tend to get a little bit shiny there. And we want this makeup to last all day. And there we have it. This is the finished look, guys. I really hope that you enjoyed watching this video. I just felt so inspired because since the lockdown, and I've had to change my day job from being a nail technician to now teaching French online. I've been delving back into some of my old exercise books and some of my old teaching things, and yeah, I just thought I need to share just a very French chic makeup look with everybody, and I've really enjoyed putting this together, and I also enjoyed sort of brainstorming what products I had that were actually French, because yeah, they really do bring it in the makeup world. So I've really enjoyed sharing some of those products with you and some of those tips. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. I'm hoping to be uploading approximately twice a week. If you have any video requests or any questions or anything that you'd like to see on my channel, please post it in the comments below, and I would be happy to film something for you guys. But yeah, I hope that you're all coping okay with the current lockdown and are staying positive despite the current situation. And I'm wishing everyone out there all the best and lots of good wishes, and I hope you have a brilliant rest of your day. So take care, guys, and thanks for watching. Au revoir.